Alright, we should be live. What's Gaming Gamers? It's your boy Olino, and I am coming at you live once again with more Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich. Playing it at the request of a viewer, we were playing as the Dominion of India. Now, I do love playing as India in all of the Hearts of Iron 4s. Not a ton of content, but they did get like a little bit of an update. So, a little bit of a cleanup or whatever, so that's pretty cool. So, yeah, let's get into it. Oak Creek began a place under the sun. The British Empire responded more loyally than India. Swords of the martial princes leapt from their scabbards, as one reporter put it. French the Western Front, as Arabia, troops of British Raj fought doggedly for its king, emperor, and the glory of battle. Also, the expectation that the nascent Indian national movement, that their full support for the war effort would turn to political reforms at home once the war had been concluded. By 1919, the war had effectively been lost. Mass mutinies following the Battle of St. Michael being the final nail in the coffin. Peace heavily weighted towards the Germans was signed, although Britain and by extension India escaped the worst of the indemnities. Peace did not deter the Indian reform movement, loudly demanded home rule be put in effect. And these calls for tepid implementation of devolution in the form of diarchy system alongside draconian extensions of emergency powers that began to swell across the nation, spread the idea of Swaraj throughout all of India. Murder of 41 striking miners in Wales cast the home isles in an occurrence revolution. Like-minded nationalist revolutionaries in India followed suit. These initial uprisings were quickly put down. The brutality which they were would soon flare up mass unrest throughout the subcontinent. This unrest would eventually culminate in the declaration of the Purna Swaraj by the leadership of the Indian National Congress, the INC, establishment of provisional independent government in Calcutta. The result of such a declaration would be bloody civil war between those loyal to the empire and those loyal to this new government. The metropole stuck in a quagmire of chaos. British troops in India would end up very much on their own against these rebels, especially after a wave of early defections left them unable to quell the rebellion in its infancy. Rebel troops loyal to Calcutta government quickly seized control of much of the nation, with the fall of provisional British capital in Delhi being widely celebrated as a sign of the rebels' victory. The hubris would ultimately end up being their undoing, however, as the rebels began to redirect their efforts to taking over the south. In deposition, the Calcutta government were to win. Believing that the British had been completely shattered, the main disparate princes of the south would band together in the leadership of Osman Ali Khan of Hyderabad to declare their own independence as the All India Federation, which would be colloquially known as the Princely Federation. The declaration would not be recognized by Calcutta again to launch attacks against the Federation's princely armies. Initially a great success, major states such as Indore and many Baroda would follow the rebels. However, this overextension would lead to reorganization of British troops in Punjab. Now operating from Lahore, the British counterattack would see the recapture of Rajputana and most of eastern Punjab, and the consolidation of their remaining territory in the region. The inability of Calcutta to maintain this two-front war quickly led to both front lines becoming static. The British and the Federation able to entrench themselves to consolidate their holdings, no one in sight of the war, and ostensibly temporary ceasefire from all parties would be negotiated in 1927. De facto conclusion of the Civil War as far as most parties were concerned. Even with peace being reached, chaos would dramatically mold all its belligerents. West remaining territories, British India, the princely states still under British suzerainty, reorganized into a united dominion operated by an elected native government. The first election in 1929 would see a liberal-led government, but giving way to Khazar Tawana's unionists in 1934. Alongside this, 1933 would see the appointment of Maharaja and war hero Ganga Singh as the first native governor general, contributing greatly to the normalization of the new government. In these, however, the interim years were much more tumultuous. In the aftermath of the ceasefire, constitution for the new republic would be drafted, all primarily a fellow revolutionaries in Britain. And after wartime leader Motilal Nehru would retire from his position in politics in general, with the party electing Lajpat Rai as his replacement, who would act as a unifying figure amongst both the party's wings. Under Rai, the public would pursue a more conciliatory policy towards the rival governments, operating on the belief that given enough time, both would fold into the republic. Upon Rai's own retirement in 1933, the unity party began to fracture. Though Faisal Hook would be elected chairman, a notable and successful challenger would be man Subhas Chandra Bose, and Hook's abandonment of Rai's conciliatory positions and greater alignment with Third International is significant dissent within the party. The disastrous clash at the border in Ajmer in 1935 would greatly weaken Hook's position, leading to his deputy's resignation, but for now Hook has managed to hold on to his position as chairman. Meanwhile, the South Federation government likewise began to buckle under its opposition to its leader, while initially envisioned as a federation of equals, where its most powerful leaders would cooperate through the Council of Princes to ensure mutual benefit. The growing abuse of Osman's reserve powers has led to a slump into despotism. Despite their differences, the four other members of the council have over time unified together in opposition to Osman's autocracy, becoming known by many as the Big Four. As the new year begins, many are expecting the seemingly failed system finally break one way or the other. Oh, I should have looked at path guides. Oh well. I know, I have an idea. So, looks like... yeah, nothing too interesting. Infrastructure Act of 1936. The state of the roads of the mountains of Kashmir and the Thar Desert are inadequate, to put it mildly. The Infrastructure Act allocates support and funds for key roadways in these towns. So one thing I did do this time was I did make myself subject to the division limit. And see if that'll incentivize me to build more factories, maybe. Speaking of which, the Horzar capital and highest infrastructure states will probably just go for a civilian factory there for the time being. Grab all our troops. We have some impassable terrain, so we can just... it's mostly desert down here, yeah. So what we're going to do is we're going to split off some of these guys. And we'll need, like, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Need, like, 8 divisions. That ought to be... but my supply is probably not... I have a supply hub right there. Okay, but I don't need that many divisions there, I think. And then do I have a mountaineer? Oh, auction looks here. British commander. Yes, go figure. Okay, so he's Desert Fox, but also British. For a challenge, let's try to use all Indian generals then. I mean, because even if he's a cavalry leader, that just means he gets the experience faster. But, oh, okay, he's not that good of a general. Let's see what we got here. Do we have any other infantry leaders? Not really. Okay, whatever. Cautious is... this guy both cautious and... leader... man, my 35% leader experience gain's pretty bad. This guy doesn't have that, he's just an infantry leader. So, yeah, we'll just go with the cavalry leader, that's fine. And organizer means logistics wizard once we have command power. But yeah, so we'll put these troops here, because I think it'll be easier to push through the desert. Because we got rivers and mountains here, so just trying to hold should be good, but... should be fine there. Alright. Minus 5% research speed, widespread rural poverty, yeah. Plains. So this time I'm not screwing around. We're going hard on plains this time around. I'm guessing I have to wait until I can do... where is my Air Force? Oh, there it is. Oh. What gives me a designer? So I don't get a national designer, it looks like. If I'm reading this correctly. Well, that sucks. Well, no point in pushing that then. They changed my elections also, so... We'll see what elections. If I could go, like, independent path, I might try to go that. But point being, we want to get radio, that's kind of basics, and basic industry going. But I'm definitely going to not be delaying putting on planes. Ooh, engine 2s. Okay, engine 2s are only 115. So... Yeah, because if we get a technology that reduces plane costs, I don't know if we get a technology that reduces plane costs, but... Has technologies, that's weird, but that kind of buffs... stuff. Okay, so... we'll just go infantry equipment for now. And then we're going to want support equipment. And we don't have MIOs for that. We can create an MIO variant here. Oh, maybe we get plane designers if we, Maybe we get plane designers if we, like, conquer somewhere. Yeah. So, but that's going to be... we have to unite India to get our plane designers. Go figure. I'm just not going to bother with Navy for right now because we're so hurting for steel. Australasia, I guess. And we do a debug smooth for free performance. And then we unpause. They're down like 6k in guns, so we'll need to work on that. We do have a little bit of an air force, just close air support. May as well train these guys. Okay, cool. We do have a native officer. So wait, where naval there's naval exercises. So yeah, now we just hang out. I guess I need the guns a little bit more. I did not super effective. It's 1.3 versus 1.3. So yeah, I'll get the artillery. What's my division looking like? Reading that, we're not even using artillery in our divisions. Oh, I'll keep, yeah. I'll keep my mountaineers named Gurkhas, why not? Viktor Chernov assassinated, oh no! Chernov, leader of the Social Revolutionary, or SR Party, the primary figure leader of the opposition to control Russia's upper house of parliament, assassinated today by an unknown assailant outside government offices. Many students SZRS. Yeah, no problem, Mowgli. I like doing India games, so I was biased, so... But yeah, hope you enjoy it. Stops President Board Saka enacts more radical reforms he blocked from passing since the ZSRS election victory 2 years ago. As a signal, the rest of the world, democracy in Russia has come to an end. That dictatorship under Samakov is surely just around the corner. How barbaric. Also update these. Oh, I don't like that division type. So even though we're a Dominion, we are basically independent. Or we are independent. Out of fuel? What do you mean out of fuel? Passing of King George V, the House of King of Britain, George V finally succumbed to illness. Late since the revolution swept through the home isles as the head of state of the Dominion of India, has certainly caused trouble among the few ashes of the war from Mirage. Coordination of sun over the Entente enters the state of mourning. Totalist Charter, Mussolini, Valois, Herzog. Parties arrived in. Yeah, totalism, central authority, and preserve built socialism. Yep. Seen that before. Oil is required for effective operation of our vehicles and planes. At 25% fuel capacity, combat stats begin to suffer. Okay. Now, when they say need oil 1... Like, I still have... Current consumption, you'll be out... Oh, okay, so it's like a 12-month warning, I'm guessing. All my dudes, even if they are short on guns, they'll at least have max entrenchment. Yeah, well, that's only 11%, but hey, 11% is 11%. Hide state transfer tool. Oh, it started with an intelligence agency, huh? Cool, operation cost, neat. No resistance to root out. Can I root out resistance in my allies, though? My faction members? No. Oh, right, because we're in the Bombay Pact initially. Right, because that's how they model that. What was I gonna do? Right, garrison law. Oh, I have no occupied territory, so I can't change that. Oh well. Yep. Why? Why would they do this? Oh, I put the wrong guys on the board. Oh well. Called Princely Federation into this war. Black Monday, 3rd February 1936, Berlin Stock Exchange stopped sinking, it plunged. Fueled by the instability of the market, panic selling soon erupted. Stock market opened on Monday morning. Took well and night for the teleprompter stopped sputtering out the results, what became known as Black Monday. Results have been analyzed. It was clear the situation had only got worse. Shock of this unprecedented economic catastrophe will no doubt be felt over the entire world. The German Golden Age has ended, for now at least. Mein Gott. The Anglo-Afghan War. After the Weltkrieg's British Raj collapsed in turmoil and warfare, the neighboring emirate of Afghanistan took advantage of the scrambling British. The Afghan government's attempts to modernize over the last decades have been met with fierce resistance from the conservative elements within the country. King Amanullah Khan now hopes to use the supposed turmoil in Lahore following the death of George V to his advantage. By repeating the success of the Fourth Anglo-Afghan War, the king hopes to silence the conservative opposition and bring new lands to the crown. However, international experts do not put much hope to time out nation winning this conflict. Who cares about Afghanistan? Me. The weakness following the death of George V, Afghanistan is invaded. It is not the first time they've done this. Following the Weltkrieg, they attacked and occupied the northwest frontier province. We must protect the Dominion. Jai Hind. We'll drive back these dogs and reclaim our lands. Oh yeah, I do have a core state there. Really does not have all the troops he needs on the border, does he? This was a questionable decision, I dare say, for him. Also, bro's got no org. How many divisions does he have? 6 to 13. Okay, so he just didn't deploy all his divisions to the border. Electoral gridlock in France. World's leading socialist nation. United as Federation of State Communism directed by the Committee de Salute Public. The chief executive, ever since inception, ever said communism is not uniform policy. Numerous factions arose. These are their own ideas of which path France should take. The time for revenge against Germany and the World Revolution closes in. The CGT election in 1936 said to be very important. So important, in fact, that none of the four factions could acquire a majority. Much like before the election, coalition must be found. But how will this change the shape of communist politics? Only the men in the CSP know. I mean, just going, if we take Kabul, I think it's over. Now that's going to mess up our front lines, but now we can just keep attacking with more divisions. Oh, we don't have national spirit effects of Black Monday. Do we want to sit and wait? This gives me 2 naval dockyards, which would be nice. But I could use... Oh, extra division limit would actually be really nice. Modernize the Indian Army. The Army of Dominion will certainly nothing to gawk at. Is showing its wrinkles and is in need of further inspection and modernization. If we are to survive the onslaught of the Bharatiya People's Republic, and perhaps even the perfidious Afghans, we must ensure the army is not caught lacking. Knows that Khan's ambition to further Afghan influence has been crushed. Troops Dominion across the Durrand line have retaken the northwest frontier province, while threatening Kabul itself. Against it is a complete disarray. Populace begging for peace. We have little reason to push for the return of the occupied land. We most likely accept their surrender, but there are always those who believe we should keep fighting for even more. War will not end until Amanullah Khan is forced from Kabul. Yeah, I'll take the political power hit for this one. You guys just attack that guy. Two public wars ever brought greater change to prestige Afghanistan. Amanullah Khan, thrown amidst the Wild Creek, Amanullah immediately attacked the British Empire, won the handsome concessions. He capitalized on this victory and subsequent further gains. Collapse of the British Empire to implement sweeping social reforms. Amanullah's rule remains absolute. To bring true constitutional governance to Afghanistan, overcoming the nation's deep ethnic and tribal division. Time will tell if this great reformist vision shall come true. Black Monday arrives in India, yeah. Is it within 10 days? Nah, yeah, it is. So I could switch to doing that. While we're certainly not projected to suffer as much as people of Europe, other nations who are closely attached to German economics, there are disruptions in trade with surrounding region issues. Other problems have inevitably had their effect on us. One problem that's quickly observed is paranoia. Hello, Alfalfa Bill. Good to see you. Problem is a quickly observed paranoia of banking institutions, creditors who are aggressively pursuing their debtors out of fear the economic fallout may result in them not getting their money back. The Karachi allows Irish trade for its economy. With those concerning the export of wheat and cotton slowing, which may make up a vast amount of our export and kept us financially afloat in light of the prolonged crisis across most of the Indian subcontinent. These become a problem not only of our economy tumble, but a mass agricultural crisis may unfold. Their enemies in Calcutta will undoubtedly prey upon at their earliest convenience. The lack of ships arriving and leaving in the port of Karachi will certainly cause great strife in the dock workers employed there, as their already meager wages will drive them further. Oh no! Alright, come on. Oh, it's free real estate. Liu hegemony shatters, yeah. Darjeeling conspiracy. Increased militarism in the regime to the east is no surprise here that Calcutta has now begun to openly organize insurrection against the government in Nepal. Few states still friendly to us in the region. Nepalese government, led by their prime minister, evaded us in the past. Now they've turned to us seek help to crush this insurrection before passing further. Rebels, operating on the name Mukti Sena or Liberation Army, wish to oust the Ranas and restore that Nepalese king to power. Look at they'll best leave them neutral, and worse will give them a new republic and an ally wage war against us with. Port such an outcome state, our friends at Kathmandu hopefully will then be in a position to aid us when Calcutta inevitably attempts to attack against us. Rolling around dice here, betrayed by enemies' wishes, so we must ensure these rebels are crushed when they make their move in just a year's time. Wish to gain another enemy in the east. Well, we'll see. It's going to be quite expensive and difficult, Nepal. Shahid Ganj Affair. Police station, historic Delhi Gate is complex, covering a standard tract of land, administered by Sikhs, Fakshis, Gurdwara after the collapse of Mughal bathhouse. Plan the demolition of 250-year-old mosque gun used for its usual purpose, used by Sikhs. These are planned demolition ignited fear among the Muslim community, but in value of protests, all judicial decisions will be ruled in favor of the Sikhs. Intervening against Sikhs will put serious wedge in our relationship with Shiromani Akali Dal. Give also, where are my advisors I can get? Okay. Ooh, reduce fighter production cost. Production efficiency cap, always good. Research speed. Max factories and population. Okay, nothing too crazy. But the violence must end. That not enough. Oh. I can move one more over. And encircle them. Oh. Formaro Nal is a little war. They're a prisoner. Afghans no choice but to accept the renewed subjugation. Oh. Okay. Peace has been signed. There we go. Decide who will rule it. Who is this other guy? Sure, Mohammed Nadir Khan, sure. Can I build a capital ship and name it NINS Chocolate? Sure, it'll probably be a while before you can do that. I don't think Navy's my top priority right now. Unfortunately. And of course we get bad supply in there. Democracy in Australasia. Oswald Mosley elected chairman. Who boy? We got 2 civilian factories from that at least. Dock workers in Karachi strike. Indian socialists overthrow Tibet. Drought coming out of Karachi has resulted in a late cascade come from the ripples of Black Monday. Drastically reduced trade ships sitting in full harbor. The agitation from trade partners we still reliably have. Political ramifications is fierce for this growing panic in the chambers of the president. President of the socialist movement gaining further domestic ground given the threat of the INC just across our border. Damn it all. Oof, that's really bad. Pius XII elected as new pope. I forgot to use my Air Force. Missouri in the High Command. Kaiserreich, they make sure Indian white officers manage the influence generally held by the oligarch and conservatively minded generals. Wouldn't be an army without internal conflicts now, would it? Oh, Isaac, nice. Can't establish Imperial Scientific Academic Council. Member of the Alliance will be invited to participate. A wonderful initiative. That'll be nice depending on what the AI research is. We can get some advantages. Okay. Relief of indebtedness. Okay, plus 7% base stability, social conservatism. Legal framework ground debt payments nebulous and abused by banks and lenders. Even worse, in the wake of Black Monday, the system has been abused by many people who are having land and crops confiscated due to unpaid debts alleged or otherwise. The Relief of Indebtedness Act will establish proper debt conciliation boards to provide better protection for debtors, providing more stability to our ailing economy. Also, do I have a medium fighter? I have no air XP. Because I will have these guys trained so I can get a trickle of air XP. They're gonna probably take accidents. Oh wait, no, but what I can do is if I just have them trained, but I only have them trained during the day, they won't take as many accidents. Okay, I was gonna... Post... There. Oh, what to pick, what to pick, what to pick. I think I'll probably just do Mass Assault again. They updated the wiki for the doctrines. Nope. It still hasn't been upgraded for the, still hasn't been updated, I believe, for the wiki. Hello, soldier. Do I want to do... I did Mass Assault next time. Let's try Mobile Warfare. I'm curious how this will go. Oh, so you just mix and match the masteries, though. Oh, huh. Well, yeah, I think I prefer the 10% division speed. When I'm gonna play Cold War mod, probably when if they've... I actually didn't check whether or not it's compatible with the current game version. Now, I say about playing the End of a New Beginning mod as well. But we'll see. Sometime soon. Do I want to do mobile infantry? I just don't like mounted infantry breakthrough is kind of worthless for me. Motorized and mechanized infantry plus 20 that's a lot of organization. South Vietnam, well, again, they have to... I need to know that the mod's been updated so the Vietnam War works, because last time I played that, the devs said that, oh yeah, the Vietnam War's broken. So, oh, there it is. Large unit tactics gives you the reduced supply usage there. Yeah, I'll probably just go for, if I can try to get motorized infantry. Play South Korea? Yeah, if it works, I can play South Korea. Really not impressed with a lot of these. I mean, I guess if you had plus 20% soft attack, then getting another plus 10% soft attack, but infantry just don't have that much soft attack to begin with. So I really think mobile infantry, like getting plus 40 organization to motorized infantry is like really good. What does air cavalry do? So that's all helicopter bonuses. Gives you plus 5% HP. That's if you're using line artillery, which I don't really. Anti-tank, that's if you're using anti-tank, which I don't. Mobile battalions and combat support. I guess that's towed artillery. What am I doing? I'm playing as the Dominion of India and Kaiserreich. So I'm probably gonna do, I think, just field engineering. Like, engineers are just good. Yeah, they'll buff motorized and mechanized battalions. Yeah, but that's not something that's like crazy good for researching. Armored spearhead. Probably gonna do that. Streamline deployment, I'm guessing, reduces the cost of doing it. Armored infantry support. The extra HP is interesting, but I think tanks have so little HP that it's tough. Yeah, I don't, but I'm just trying to get an idea. But yeah, we'll look at this more. I think just going down the infantry line, though, we're going to be so focused on infantry. Do I have trucks? I do have early trucks. Oh, I should also... Kurd Schleicher appointed Reichskanzler. Republican Revolution in Iran. Charles Shah's death, the Republic people of Persia took to the streets to the establishment of a republic. Two-party boss National Liberal Federation take power after stalling the rebellion, affirming loyalty party to the Dominion. Who is my current leader? Tijuana, that's right. Who are my allies? Just Afghanistan and the Princely Federation in the south. I'll join the Entente later, but only after the Second Indian Civil War concludes. United States, woohoo. The Giant Car would give division organization and war support. Sapru, who political power gain, compliance growth speed, that's really good. Passionate gentleman. Daily compliance gain is also really good. This is tough. Alright, let's go with Sapru, though. No, I'm not. Okay, so technically I am still a dominion of the British Empire. which the Entente is led by the Dominion of Canada because they've been forced out of the United Kingdom. But mechanically, I am independent. And for game development reasons, they split India. India has its own faction at the start between the Dominion of India and the Princely Federation, so that the Entente doesn't send its entire army to fight in the Indian Civil War. Alright, so unfortunately, the AI tends to research smaller frames, but we can go ahead and research aircraft construction, take advantage of that. And then we definitely want radio ASAP. Because I could try... Okay, I actually will go ahead and research anti-air, because this is 40%, because the AI will research radio, and then we'll probably get some more reduction modifiers. So we'll try and take advantage of these research. Anti-aircraft primarily shoot out plus blades, though rapid fire cannons can be effective against ground targets. Famine breaks out in Sichuan. Yep, this year just keeps getting worse and worse. Logistics wizard, let's go. That'll help my supply issues a little bit. Yeah, because plus 10% compliance growth speed. Although I'm not really going to control that much non-core territory, I don't think. Do I have tanks? No. I mean, I have interwar chassis, but that's about it. But I'm going to push air power more so. Failed coup in Beijing. All right. Yeah, removing the strike would be good. Dragon Port Karachi is turning into a terrible economic crisis. We're going to send a message to syndicalist agitators. Such nonsense will not be tolerated. Authorize the use of force, break up strikes, return order for a vital industrial center. Yeah, that's pretty bad, losing one stability a time. I doubt, does the People's Republic, do they have an Air Force? No. So I could probably get away with prioritizing CAS over fighters, but I probably need at least one of both. My whole 0.004 air XP. Oh, I am getting Army XP, though, from Chetwode. Do I build military facilities? I'm just building a civilian factory for right now because I really need civilian factories. Unit arrives in Sringar. Okay. Into existence in the aftermath of the First Anglo-Sikh War. Kashmir is assembled out of a diverse region of Hindu, Sikhs, Muslims, even some Tibetans. For almost a century of Dogra Raj, Jammu and Kashmir as a local popularity felt to be dominated by a Hindu elite by a majority of its population. Oh, hold on. Second. Oh, right back. Sorry about that. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Alright, so the Blood Eagle sets the region. I have polarized environment between forces. Economy, one of the crucial columns doing survival. Well, Harry Singer remains on our side of the fence. The Sun Fury may welcome Osman's forces should they decide across the border and the once for all. Abdullah, who founded the United Kashmir Party. Now on a sunny day, Jinnah arrived in the capital of Jammu and Kashmir. Sringar, his mission is to expand his influence in the region, strengthen the standing of the party, goes against the vast influence patronage of the NLFI. Unionist parties, complicating what should be a straightforward stump across the Vale of Kashmir. There's two conflicting invitations with which to consider. Sheikh Abdullah has offered to meet Jinnah, deliver a rousing speech together, one which will strengthen the standing of their parties in the region. Second invitation by Hari Singh himself is offered to receive him at the Shargari Palace and discuss Jinnah's proposed reform to a court toward a confederal India as opposed to a federal one. Sheikh Abdullah first seems to be the most coherent plan, maintaining Jinnah's public image of a role. Sheikh Abdullah's influence rather tremendous. From the patron of such tremendously influential princely states, an asset that absolutely cannot be scoffed at. Either way, excessively adoring procession will await him, which is at least somewhat comforting. Okay, so I... Okay. Okay, we'll just reinforce our alliance. Alright, we can wait for some people to do their industry tax, I guess. What are people researching? Better trucks would be good. What bonuses? Do I get bonuses to truck? Update aging equipment. Probably gonna do ideas of the young generals. Ooh, that's how I get my research slot. Ooh, buffs to engineers, let's go. Okay, so we do get... Oh, we get a bonus for truck and armor. Okay. Do I have anything else good? I have some air techs that I probably need to do, like torpedoes. I just want to try and take advantage of those faction research bonuses as much as possible. Fortunately, a lot of it's naval stuff. Are we going to do light tanks? Basic. So once I do my naval focus, I will get all of the well, basic light ship unlocked, but I'm not super impressed with these options. Because it unfortunately is the AI. The better option. Yeah, I'll just get... The problem with the trucks is that I will get a research bonus for trucks. Granted, this should apply to armor also. Yeah, it should apply to armor also, so we'll go ahead and just get trucks. And the Karachi dock worker strike, calling pressure for Prime Minister. Karachi authorities forcibly ended the strike. Forced to utilize the became a parasite group of stripers, which refused back down. All home rule appeals to a voter base largely unfranchised. Bulk federalization supported by some more independently minded princely states, such as Jammu and Kashmir, regardless for now, he poses an insignificant threat to our governance. He's not much more the irritating thorn on our side. Ooh, extra research speed. These will give me some factories. These will also remove time from the Black Monday ones. So which one do I want to do? Extra political power, reduce consumer goods factories. Farmers and countryside found themselves suffering immensely due to the ramifications of Black Monday. To promote our domestic food economy, the weakest low export, we must champion the union's policy, protectionist economics, run more funds into our treasury in the process. Okay, versus this one. I get free trade, which is, that's tough. Wait, so this just changes my laws. National Liberal Federations advocate for opening of our economic doors to international interests. Pursuing protectionist economics, the Union's party platform supports. Waiting for damage trading through, perhaps we should heed their advocacy and attempt to attract investment from the international community. But this doesn't really help us because we just make a little bit of tungsten, which people already aren't importing. So that isn't helpful. The mobilization law, that's a little helpful. But I may as well get this add agricultural tariffs imposed, because this will give me reduced consumer goods factories and more political power, which seems better unless there's some, like, long-term consequence of doing that. How much longer do I have for effects of Black Monday? Oh, I think if I do this one, it'll end pretty soon, I think. coup d'etat in Siam. Concerning. Archetype political alliance laid ground for powerful unionist parties passed away after a prolonged period of absence. Unionist party soldiers on. Alright, there's aircraft construction. I think I'll do light tanks because I think I'm actually going to try and make like mobile motorized divisions. I won't go ahead and get... I could do with getting naval bombers though, just having that. Okay. I don't like it when these event texts are so high. The Dresser, Kisan, Samoan Crisis. Great alarm. The home to current Governor General Ganj Singh has come under great alarm. Please end the protest, restoring order dispense of great resentment from the peasantry. Ameliorate tension by addressing some of their concerns, making a few half-empty provinces for serious reform of the institution Bikaner. At the expense of irritating the princes, orders are sent down. Sure. The velvet glove is the way to go. I say Ganj Singh is still the leader of the Social Democrat wing. So I have the Bombay Pact. In the aftermath of the Indian Revolution, southern princes, fearing complete collapse of the old order, titled to the title of socialism, chose to declare independence from British India as a united federation. The Rowdy People's Republic, however, would refuse to recognize this declaration. And would continue their attempts to take south. Regardless of overextension, will operation Indian troops reorganized in the west. SOH fears their collapse eventually bring the war to stalemate, subsequent uneasy ceasefire. But the Princely Federation's declaration of independence, both sides would quickly realize that they would have to work together in the event of the war's resumption. Work together to, I'm assuming, survive in the event of the war's resumption. While informal cooperation continued in the interim years, the increased militancy of the Socialists would see the signing of a formal defensive pact alliance in 1933 known as the Bombay Pact. Part of this alliance, both parties agreed to greatly expand the ongoing military cooperation between them and lay out promises to come to each other's aid in the event of renewed syndicalist incursions. Importantly, however, no official recognition of the Federation's independence or plans as to how India should be reorganized if the People's Republic were to be defeated was agreed upon. It is therefore widely believed that upon the defeat of the Socialists of Calcutta, the Bombay Pact will simply devolve into further conflict between its two signatories. Princes, meaning India was only able to remain in government thanks to the loyalty of the northern princes. They share power with the government, but it's a difficult and archaic process that involves a great deal of waste. widespread rural poverty. Even before the revolution and subsequent civil war, India was a nation filled with great poverty, with largely agrarian population significantly more destitute than those in other nations under the British Crown. Combined now with the devastation of the Civil War, India finds itself shockingly backwards compared to many of its contemporaries. Effects like money, the crash of the Berlin Stock Exchange formally hit our economy. This has resulted in a dearth of our exports for our agricultural industry and a bloated integrity of the government. That'll end soon, end early September, so only like one more month. Increased mobilization efforts, the smallest of the rival governments that formed resulting in the Civil War, means the army remains able to compete with those of its enemies. Has begun large campaigns to ensure it's able to continue to remain as large as them. And agricultural tariffs imposed to better protect their domestic base. Rough tariffs on all imported agricultural products have been imposed. Let's do the Payment of Wages Act. We must temper the anger of the employed lower class by providing superior protection and stability of their wages. Payment of Wages Act clearly define what employer... Actually, no, I want my factories, I think, first. Oh yeah, because this will actually get rid of... I could have done this sooner instead of this one, but either one was good. The moment our government does not have enough ability to provide direct support to our suffering industries, State Aid to Industries Act will provide a proper legal framework to provide aid industries for their many bleeding wounds of Black Monday. Where's political power? I have no political power. When passed the Unionist Party, in response to the government's doubling down on tariffs against food and agricultural inputs, erupted in Parliament. Jayakar is the most outspoken member of the Union Rebel Party against our trade hostile policy aftermath of imports grinding to a snail's pace in Karachi. My incredulity has surpassed limitations beyond what I could have ever imagined reading in the paper. One has maintained one of the most damaging policies the administration has implemented, in spite of how clear it is to everyone with sober mind. Tariffs right now are equivalent to shooting oneself in the foot and then both kneecaps. But our actions have worked. Subsistence sectors kept head above water through the storm. Farmers found their markets remain strong and active. Scant foreign competition. Farmers find sanctity in that their customers are not turning cheaper imports in this time of crises. The urban populace are, of course, less enthused with our program. It would appear has pushed a great many into the region in the welcoming arms of the liberals. Unfortunately, it's also not surprising. Karachi was always the liberals' primary bastion. But we're going to continue to slide closer and closer to them. Nevertheless, Tawana remains reassured that the small Zamindars continue to approve of their policies for the loyalties, far more important than those who've always leaned towards the NLIF or the AIHRP anyway. Never cry over spilt milk. David's controversial yellow cover dossier indicating a proposed plan overall the nation's economics was nationalized by industries. A red scare was whipped up, and Chief Army intervened to declare martial law nationwide. Sweet, I could grab meticulous preparation. Military coup in Japan. Dublin Olympics. Naval reform is now blocked by the base strike doctrine. Alright, I may as well research medium airframes, actually, because I know that the AI never does mediums. They always seem to do small airframes. Binder Singh. Raja Padyal has been a long defender of the Navy of India, a crucially prominent Anglophilic prince after the rise of the independently minded Deccan princes. The nature does fuel conspiracies. Indra has reportedly contributed a significant sum of money to the Indian Liberal Party, begun to lobby on their behalf in Hindu princely circles. Invitation to the Imperial Conference. Let's go. Of course we shall attend. A worthy cause. Next speak with us, he says the Western economy needs assistance. These are our dire straits. But I remain confident there is enough investment to go around. We shall do our best to help. Revolutionaries take Mongolia. Gain assistance building up our military. Oh, consumer goods factories. Yeah, we need to improve our economy, please. Also, we need assistance. Seems we're all in dire straits, but I remain confident there's investment to go around. Here. Yes, please. We will never be the syndicalists sure force it, but rather technology protect our power overseas. But the research as best we can. Actually, the research is actually good for me because then they generate the ahead of time or the research bonuses for me. Union South African military is also dire need of assistance. The worst is over. Economic catastrophe of Black Monday is slowly not quite felt anymore. Farmers sell their food at markets. The exotic trade slowly wakes up from its proverbial nap. Cogs of industry turn at their usual velocity. Factories are hiring again. Trains run on time. Port of Karachi returns to steady pace. Now the unions remain the favorites of the king's representative. India privilege will hopefully stand the test of time. What needs to be done now is forcefully reintegrate the eastern socialists to quell the perfidy of the southern princes. Tough road. What lies ahead at the end shall be worth it. End of the conference. God save the king. So that'll give me 2 civilian factories once I do that, but I think I want the Payment of Wages Act first to get more research speed. Temper the anger of the employed lower class by providing superior protections to the stability of their wages. Payment of Wages Act is clearly defined. An employer can and cannot deduct the workers' wages, and additionally constrict the percentage that they can deduct. Okay, and now we can stop having our Navy train. And our Air Force also consumes too much. And we've gotten, like, XP from it, so. German East Asia's war. They are surely not model colonial subjects. Grand Viziers used increase domestic defense, centralized power. Formation of the Moscow Accord. Yeah, so I know they'll do light tanks no matter... Oh, 50% construction tech. Oh, let's go. Down formation of the Belgrade Pact. And then I will need to do... Yeah, I definitely need to do these ones. So I can get my research slot. They use a careful parachute to draw municipal support to reinforce executive decision against the Khan and ensure he's unable to implement a desired overall local system. It must be compelled to consider the following. It's such a remote, underdeveloped region worth investing capital to protect our influence. Perhaps the Khan will use his newfound mandate for good. May over the extent of the Payment of Wages Act. Feed artwork strikes recurring in the future to help provide for poorer Indians. Use parties formally direct payment of wages, men restrict wage deductions. Per usual, Jin has positioned itself as the internal antagonist. By support of the AIHRP will mean the support of the Liberals will be completely optional at the Act's passage. Despite that if he implements Jin's provisions, it will only serve to damage our relationship with the crucial base of support and increase support of the social class that barely participates in the elections. India and India's business could benefit from an India with more money to spend in his community. Ooh, extra production efficiency cap? Oh yeah, gotta get extra production efficiency cap. Front line. Wars are one of the superior supply lines. Paramount that we groups on the front lines receiving enough equipment to stay in our military ventures. We also refit armored carriage. Create a railgun to spread shock our immediate opponents have railway connections with us. They get a railgun. Oh boy. Plus 5% production efficiency cap from industrial companies. Pretty good. Oh, RIP Mingan insurgency. Oh, Chen Jiangming. Electoral deadlock in the United States. Where is the United States headed? International false to radicalism. This is a shame. Kaiserreich passes the Enabling Act. One of the most vital areas of Dominion, located in the front lines of Calcutta government. There's Spanish Civil War. Movement elsewhere suggests that. Hello, my hidden Elijah. Likely to send these troops alongside their allies. Yeah, well. Rose and Paul are about to make the move in 3 days to put an end to our attempts to influence him. Cannot allow our enemies to win out against us. Oh. Spanish Civil War was inevitable. IEDC. Through dominion return on investment. Always invest. Max amount. He just got the game. Nice. It's a fun game. Tribute allows us to take advantage of the pool of advisors. What would be better? More construction speed? So another minus 30%. Another minus 30% doesn't get us because it's consumer goods factories factor. Oh no, it's only 15% and extra factory output. I think construction. I really need more factories. Especially since I got that minus 30% limit. Tomorrow, uncertain times. Coup d'etat in Algiers. Oh, Mordak's coup. First step towards democracy. I guess the AI is going concentrated industry. What on earth is the AI researching? That's what I want to know. Like, they're researching none of the basic stuff. Are they just all doing Navy? That's weird. Let me do this one, because actually I don't really need extra fuel tanks. Well, let me go ahead and do radio. Radio's so important, I have to research it. Some of my focuses are bottlenecked by radio anyways. So, Ben Assam? What? Repair the industrial machine. Ooh, yeah, 500 days, let's go. History is in a truly sorry state of production force, and adequately prepared to handle reignition of a war with our adversaries in the subcontinent. We must take great haste to pursue a hefty industrialization scheme, sure we can outproduce and outgun anyone we face. Yeah, I'll probably research light tanks soon. Seems like Western Gate between China and Central Asia has broken into violence once again. Governor Jin sure ends at a recent dispute with Kumul. Though a large contingent of volunteer soldiers rising up against the army garrison. Turks far west are also preparing to defy the governor once again. The governor Xinjiang, should he remain Chinese, represents potential ally to the Southern Republic cliques. Kumulks, however, seem to vary greatly between respect for Beijing to wrestle xenophobia. Eastern Turks doubtlessly would separate from China entirely should they win. Xinjiang's final failure. These forces stormed Guizhou. Royal Restoration and New Bat. Oh, so I got the neutrality one. Feel about the news you see this morning. A few days ago, the revolution against the Iran regime began in full. We have a brutal conflict throughout Nepal with no swift victory for the side's height. Best efforts, good friend, was slain in the defense of Kathmandu. Collapsed without the command of their leader. The government agreed to the king's offer to mediate a ceasefire. The only disagreement at Parshad, the leader, has unfortunately been rewarded with the position of prime minister. The king said to truly hold the reins of government. Many loyal Iranians are said to be granted ministerial positions as part of the compromise. Well, several guys with both us and the Republic. A potential ally fighting against Calcutta. Nepal's neutrality at least keeps them from being a threat against us in the immediate future. So we should be thankful the outcome was not any worse. Neutrality is at least better than hostility. Build revolution in Port Blair. I probably need to build... I guess it's expensive either way. But I definitely need some more military factories. I'm gonna get some more soon. Because I need some air XP so I can get some planes designed. Oh, but I can up my mobilization soon also. Because I don't think I get any to update my mobilization for free. Nope. Okay, do I have trains? I do have trains. William Bora elected president. We'll see what happens. That's interesting. Oh, right, because Smith hasn't been... They don't have the president get inaugurated until... January now. Let me go ahead and do the Air Force because I want to get some planes. Because I'm about to get... Yeah, I'm about to get basic mediums. Okay, I have a surplus, so let me start training. More infantry, because we just need to hold. How much artillery do I have? 500? Oh, definitely cannot afford... Actually, I might be able to. Yeah, actually, I can. Yeah, because that gives a pretty big bonus to soft attack. Fourth Balkan War. Good boy. Yeah, I gotta mobilize. Riots in Sind. Nope. That did not go well for him. Okay, update aging equipment. Alright, cool. Now we got some good bonuses here. I think we'll still do concentrated. Ooh, 50%. 50% mechanical computing. Yeah, absolutely. More research speed. Daisy medium, so they'll have to have light cannons, but that's fine. Let's go ahead and just get the extra production efficiency. Need to import more steel. Alright, cool basic mediums. And let's also get a close air support variant. Oh. It just barely puts me over the limit. Okay, bomb locks, that'll stay within the limit. Let's do it. They still have no Air Force? Yeah, cool. Standoff in America. You control the government for the elected president. Oof. Let's see. Well, actually what I can do is just use the Field Marshal frontline order then. Young Guard become greatly disillusioned with Chetwode's stalwart opposition, motorization, mechanization, claiming that failing to take advantage of modern combat. Through Shamu come speed bumps for the enemy's trucks and tanks. As they step down so their ideas can be implemented. Because otherwise... you get some division org, cavalry, artillery, reduced division attrition, better support companies, and some extra division attack and defense. Not terrible. But, I mean, compared to, like, these engineer bonuses... Oh, plus 5% division org. So you're already getting 5% of division org, getting an initiative bonus, which is interesting. Some attacks, some factories. Yeah, I think it's more worth it. Grocery crisis in Quebec. More troubles in Canada, it seems. There's the Second American Civil War. Second American Civil War. The destiny of America is at stake. Oh, I need to like attach this railgun to an army also. Calcutta on the warpath. During a sudden resurrection civil war. Well, I hope that we are adequately prepared. Then to the front. At their National Congress. How bad is my lack of resources? Not that bad. Although 3 a year is not very good for producing their support. Turkestan has capitulated. Meng Shikai, what do you know? Prices on the Danube. Allow for better mobilization law if I can with my political power. Three days ago, you can pull aside the chief of the army for serious discussion about the Dominions' military future. Once advanced age says he says step down in favor of someone else. No remains field marshal for his fieldable future, meaning his career is not quite over yet. It won't end more prestigiously. Rise of the Russian state. Alright, let's get that research plot. Also, I believe I can add alright. I think I'm gonna go concentrated. Now we've got the option. I'm gonna go. Let's do disperse this time. Let me go ahead and put artillery in my... Special Forces divisions also. Yes, please, partial mobilization. Because I should have enough manpower, yeah. Should be fine for now on manpower. There it is. Oh, the Deccan Federation. Indian Civil War resumes. In 1925, the British Empire unraveled. Culminated ceasefire in 1927 left the subcontinent deadlock. Ceasefire has been broken. Compass India's hundreds of millions of people, each combatant having foreign backers, regardless of the outcome. Certain that the reignited conflict will be one of the 20th century's deadliest. That's my total. Okay, 50 million total core population. Yeah, nobody wants to fight me, though. Surprise, surprise. Oh. Don't mind if I do. Yeah, sure, Afghanistan. Okay, I think I should get my extra factories right now. Well, there's a coal. We shall ensure these mines have the funding and security to continue operations for the good of our material industry. Ooh, another construction tax for 50%, sure. AI must be coded to largely go down similar techs every time. Yeah. We're really fine with the Deccan Federation and the Republic beating each other up. I'll be curious if volunteer casualties count as my casualties, but I'm pretty sure they don't. Oh, looks like they do. Because I definitely didn't attack, and it doesn't look like they've attacked, and yeah, I haven't taken no casualties in the combat log. So volunteers count towards casualties. Good to know. Where is he getting support from? Ottomans, Japan, German Empire. Okay. Just declare war Puerto Rico. Bold strategy. How quickly will this be done by? Okay, so I get a slight benefit if I do it in this one. Ekrate was once known as a proud crop cultivated by the Congo Valley. From both black and green varieties, 1905 Congo earthquake devastated the region and resulted in the British selling off plantations. And the protection teams that are shelled once was we must incentivize cultivation to improve the region's economic value. I guess once that's done, I can just queue up infrastructure everywhere also. Oh, I could build a lot more military factories, actually. Alright, what do I want? Do I want the resource extraction? Well, logistics companies would be pretty good. No, we'll just... yeah, we'll get logistics companies. Oof, yeah, they're taking really bad casualties. Italian Civil War resumes. Okay, now I actually took some casualties there. Lost 18 manpower. I guess, do I have enough close air support? I have 2. Looks like they're both out of range. Agriculture refers to raising silkworms, production raw silk, cultivation of mulberry trees to feed them. In the late 19th century, the silk industry eclipsed the cashmere shawl industry. Export value making the region the most important industry, but it greatly enhance the state's economic value. Don't have a closer air base? I guess we're building a closer air base. There goes Hungary. Oh yeah, there we go. Which is taking it. Controls Washington, controls America for now. If the Workers' Congress does really well, they'll... Oh wait, no. That would just... Oh no, then the Entente would be at war, which would hurt me, because then I wouldn't have the volunteers anymore. Oops. Yeah, that orc damage is brutal from close air support. I guess I can pull these planes down also. No reason not to. I don't know if war economy is the best move. The plus 10% production efficiency cap is amazing. Resource gain efficiency. Yeah, resource gain efficiency is probably pretty good. War economy reduced my consumer goods factor. How am I doing on coal? Fine. Yeah, let's just go to war economy. Alright. Yeah, we'll just get these. Well, I do need a lot more convoys. Let's go ahead and do this one to get 2 naval dockyards. Is that great expanse of water beyond our shoreline is not named the Indian Ocean? It is time, certainly our destiny to assemble, and it's clearly a symbol name so powerful. Those who reverse our waters need not learn its name to know it's ours. Ooh, yeah, let's just get the second dispersed industry. Be nice, especially because our stability is terrible. Oh, let me change these guys to day and night also. Alright, I need a Olino. Ooh. Gotta go with the civilian factories. They're so much more expensive. Who all is in the Entente? Norway joined the Entente. Okay. Or I can import from Norway. Oh no, I can only invest 50. That's annoying. Yeah, construction engineers. Alright, what else we got? The people with research. Yeah, they always do smaller programs. Ooh, yes, nice. To better support artillery. Alright, let's let that guy move. Oh yeah, now it's time. Ooh. Okay, combat. In multiple combats, not even once. See if we can get the encirclement and have that supply hub. Nice. And I will spend the industry to link that up with my supply lines because why not? Actually, let's do it more like this. They don't have any port to evacuate out of. These guys are all trapped now. We can almost let the supply flow. Ooh! Plus 10% attack across rivers, let's go. This strategy. We must let the many torrential rivers of India stymie our advance. Through careful planning, pre-planning, and innovative strategies, crossing rivers shall become no more difficult than stepping over a pebble. That's actually really good for us. India is a land of many rivers. Alright, we can deploy that one and then we can stop because I actually need more equipment for my guys now. It's just out of range of my close air support. Why do these guys not have the multiple combat penalty, That's what I want to know. Oh, that's not good. Oh, why are you guys strat redeploying? We inflicted 30k casualties, take 14k casualties, but that does include our allies. Federal collapse. Alright, we'll do some light tanks now. You sleeping? Alright, Soldier, thanks for tuning in. Have a good night. Do I have enough trucks to probably motorize that supply hub? That didn't help a ton. How about motorizing the... Oh, no, it did help. That's still in my air region, so I should be able to take that one. Not too difficult. Not too much difficulty. Big Federalist. Ugh, air power. Why is my division attack so low compared to his? Oh, I think those are volunteer divisions. Oof. I am losing cast faster than I can build it. Alright, what's the rubber situation? Or from the Decans. We can have our troops help out there. Oh, there's my actual naval crossing bonus. Ooh. The Entente Lifeline gives me political power and dockyard output. But Navy on convoy rating too. That's true. My problem is I'm at a very bad fuel situation. This extra political power from Entente supply for members of the Entente Commonwealth file for our survival. Our enemy shall seek to disrupt our naval routes, but we refuse to let them do so. I had the Entente Lifeline, extra political power. Very nice. Fall of Wuhan. It'd be great if we could take that province. Maybe I have... Okay, now I'm starting to get planes shot down by AA. Unfortunate. Probably in the volunteers. Okay, that guy should be easy to take out. He's in the mountains, admittedly. Maybe attack from the half supply. Hooray. Okay, that guy has a full combat at least. Still in the air region, so I should be able to take that. We're doing on casualties 27 to 46, so not amazing. But we are completely offensive, basically. Reinforced, because I think if we go out there, we can probably win. Yeah, getting even more political power gains ability. Yeah, because Marine attack, Marine organization is fine, but political power? I mean, political power is just always good. New contracts and quotas will make sure our planned expansion to any emerging marine goes swiftly and smoothly. Alright. Sure, we can get excavation. You know what? If they were... Am I gonna get an electronics bonus? I think I have to do... Oh yeah, I have to do this one. I get electronic. I should have done that one. Oh, well, that's fine. We'll just do some of these naval ones. I don't think we get any naval techs for free. Get some bonuses. Oh, okay, no, well, we will get all the basic ones for free, depending on which one we get. So I do want to hold off on some naval research. If that's the case, I'm just gonna do... I don't know. Yeah, I'll do range improvements. Range improvements. It's pretty cheap anyways. The Jili Fengchan War. There goes Indochina. If I go ahead and get this, then I could get the extra research speed even earlier because of the research bonus to electronics. So yeah, we'll just brute force computing machine. Paul Beijing. Irish Socialist Republic joined the Third International. Oh boy. Alright, yeah, let's get some extra work. Communication between our units is shoddy and rife with inadequate methods. Rectify this aspect of our armies, brought up to professional standards. Do I have enough guns? Yes, so let's get some more infantry. Honestly, spend a little bit less on guns, a little bit more on close air support, because that's what I really need. Let's see if we can take this position here, because that would free up several positions for us. Hey, let those guys march in. Hey, can't let them march in. We're gonna have a bad time. I bet infantry expert, yes. Let's go. Reinforced rate and coordination. That's interesting. Who is that? Do I have him as general? That's such low. Got such low. Coordination. Okay, so that's what organizer gets you. Okay, I mean that's pretty good. Is Ganja Singh he does not have an officer corps role assigned. He's a country leader and cannot become an advisor. Unfortunate. My extra reinforcer is pretty good. Yeah, let's get that. I also really like coordination as a stat. Spanish Civil War over. Oof. The NTFAI. They have other priorities. That's a lot of... I mean, I don't know if I would go negative. But if I would, that could be a big problem. Hello, August. Good to see you. Why would you go that way? I think I've seen you pop up in chat before, but I will admit, ever since YouTube changed the, you know, now it shows everybody's handles in chat as opposed to their names, so it's been a little confusing for me. If people's handles were like a little bit different from their names. Alright, we got Delhi back. A part of northern India is ours. Oh yeah, nice. Yeah, it's been... Unfortunately, I haven't been able to stream as much as I like, but... Yeah, glad you could tune into that. Army experience gain division attack. Yeah. I need to rotate some troops out. Can I send you guys, like, rotate like that, and then... do the mod. Which mod was that? Bingchang government. There goes the Beijing government. I don't. I mean, whatever it was, it's in the chat history. I could go back and rewatch that to see. I really need to take this province because I need the... I can do an infantry sub-doctrine. Oh, but specifically Great War Infantry. Oh, I want mobile infantry, though, so... But that also gives a 50% research bonus to truck. Well, that's annoying. Alright, let's get an infantry specialist. It'll help us out some. Oh yeah, these guys only cost 50, actually. Huh? Probably army defense, so I can get more army XP. There we go. Nice, 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 nice. Oh, I really need that supply hub. Let me switch these guys back to normal for now. And then I will set these guys. How bad is that? Well, the people will let me lease me trucks then, so not too bad. Uruguay wins the World Cup. Two building slots. Yes, yes, and yes. That's really nice. If I didn't trigger the United Front form, I guess it won't form until Japan intervenes. Alright, cool. Do even less on infantry equipment. Might be able to reduce on artillery also. Yeah, I can definitely reduce on artillery. Man, I really want to save that for the next research tech to get even more research speed. Core pounder, yeah, sure. Anti-tank, getting like basic anti-tank will be good. I will also be right back. Give me 1 second. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. Okay, let's try and see if we can get these guys down. My queen's helping me. We'd have that supply hub. How much order do my divisions have? Okay, my divisions do have less organization. He probably got through his doctrine better. Okay, so now I could build some more factories, so let's queue up some civilian factories. Because we're gonna need them. Ooh, yeah, extra trucks would be nice, and more division speed would also be nice. Oof, man, the Deck Confederation's taken a lot of casualties, which is fine with me. So if we could push maybe to pull, grab another supply hub, and then they'll be in really bad shape in terms of supply. Here we go ahead and expand the Gurkha rifles. Here's the most respected regiments across the globe come from the Gurkhas, professional fighters who've been in service of the Indian Army for generations. Let's capitalize on their strength and expand their recruitment and share in our army, and they shall be our most dexterous piece on the chessboard of the battlefield. Ah, sweet. Oh, that is the other 75% bonus I have. architect also used for logistics company. Oh, it also works for mechanized. Okay. And may as well use it for this tech, because it takes a while. The AI does not seem particularly interested in researching it. Let's see. Division out. Move your divisions around. Old strategy, France. There we go. Ooh, that's going to be bad for him. I definitely want that guy. But I'll have to wait till after my elections for that. Education reformer, probably good. Agricultural economist is only if I'm social conservative. I'll lose a lot of these if I... Alright, so that guy gives flat production efficiency cap. I could just go railway company. Just be extremely stupid and try to push the HOI4 and demolish his fly lines entirely. I mean, there's so many divisions I could encircle. I guess I just take, like, this one. If I don't get too greedy, that'd still be so many divisions encircled. Well, he's about to take that province, it looks like, so if we could take, like, this one that has fewer guys defending it. Survivability study, sure. I really don't think the AI will research a lot of those meta techs, because they probably don't really use them in their designs, I'm guessing. I still in the air region, but my planes might not reach. Well, they just barely don't reach. Oh, I'm the one who could build. Okay, I could build an airport, a air base there. Fleet Special Project Radar. Our technology shall define the victors of the future. If Britannia rules the waves, then India shall rule the radio waves. My political power. Oh man. Increased duration. Yeah, just get increased duration. Need that airbase first. is out, actually. Oh, there we go. Improved computing machine, let's go. Gotta go civilian factories. Oh, I'm gonna get so many off-map factories. Here's my airbase. I think I lost basically all my volunteers except South Africa. I haven't joined the war against the Entente yet. Or against the Workers' Congress. It's the right air region, yeah. Oh, I got the encirclement. Cool. Organize the coordination efforts between forces on the ground and in the air. Advanced enemy lines shall be equally majestic and will be terrifying. Oh yeah. I think I just wanted mobile infantry. Yeah, kind of annoying that it's 50% bonus for truck I can't use, but... Did they patch it to where that will go to mechanized? Okay, well, cool. And armored cars. Not a complete waste. Okay, well. I guess I will go ahead and just try and get this baby encirclement here. The Blanc Crisis. What about the oil? Oh, that third Boer War. Third time's the charm. Ah, wait, where are you guys going? Back. Great Syrian Revolt. Their blow to the Sublime Portent. Alright, this is gonna be a big encirclement. $555K. I think we got like a decent number of volunteer divisions. You had two French divisions, okay, two French divisions and Union of Britain division. Like half of you guys want to cross to come attack, so we don't have the naval crossing. You guys come over here. Synthetic refinery attack's good. Swordfish naval bomber based on air war small airframe. Very swordfish made by our friends across the seas, tried and tested torpedo bomber designs, served them well for multiple years now. Why bother designing our own when our allies are more than willing to provide the blueprints, start producing it natively in India instead? Armenian uprising. Fall of Chicago. Fall of Baton Rouge. Oh, are those my bonuses from play modules? What's this bonus from? Ooh, all CAS technology, so I guess that counts as CAS technology. Interesting. Okay, I'll take it. Oh, I have more than 100 tactical bombers. Let's go. Save China is at stake. Yeah, extra radio attack would be really good to have. Australasian Guard. King Edward abdicates the throne. Dominate the skies. Sure. Ooh, extra air attack. Oh, I get a military factory if I do that, though. All aircraft minus 5% production cost. It's pretty good. Alright, if we could push this way. Huh? All that damage is beautiful. So the Copenhagen Conference. Let's see. Let's go to limited conscription. Just so I don't have to worry about manpower in the future. Alright, now I'm pushing to Lucknow, and then cutting them off there is probably the move. Let me have these guys strat redeploy over to here. Okay, so that buffs light tanks specifically. This one buffs mediums and heavies. That's a lot of breakthrough for tanks. Yeah, that's plus 40% breakthrough for tanks, which is why you're using tanks. So, yeah, I think I'm going to do Armored Spearhead. Oh, that damage is brutal. Because the casualty numbers are finest hour with childish fantasy. Alright, give me that subsidized domestic air industry, please. Fields such as Jahangir Dada Boy, Tata, and Neville Vincent have made great inroads to the establishment of Indian air industry with the advent of Tata Airlines. Foreign their endeavors would be a most enterprising endeavor. Choices here. That makes my thrust too heavy. How close am I to getting in next level of engines? 100 days. Yeah. Alright, now all these guys are encircled, so whoosh. Fancy the legations. So closes the open door. You're hungry federalizes. Will it truly change anything? Fall of Shanghai. Yeah, that didn't work out very well for him, I think. Alright, whew. What's the casualty ratio like now? 39, really not that much. Alright, let's pull all our close air support in over here. So these guys can move up over here because they have so little range. Oh yeah. The close air support damage. Well, let's go back and put a little bit more on guns. Dominate the skies. Wise nations only hold absolute dominion over land and sea. Though know the importance of mastering skies, control the air, covers a three-dimensional flying, and provides an enormous advantage. You know it. Look at that close air support damage. Alright, well, we just move these guys in. Just create a big front line, and I think at this point we can just push. Wrap this up. Solve Guangzhou. Oh no. Great loss for the Guangzhou Federalist government. Let's actually concentrate my forces more. Yeah, I can't get close enough. Higher bases. Birds of Prey, Acceleration and Agility, nice. Conduct Servicemen, guys, companies, elegance will be mercilessly spent upon their adversaries as a hawk descends upon its weak prey. Air superiority effect in battle, yeah, sure. Until 611 days. 50% bonus, let's go. 30% bonus? Yeah, sure, I'll take it. 30% bonus. Why are we oh yeah, because we actually have like people leaving the faction. Okay. Because now Isaac is only to me Camp French Republic. Oh, we got Kingdom of Hawaii and Portugal. Now that I have more plane, more airspace. Move one wing into here. And then I will, once again, I will tighten up my front line even more. Yeah, defensive doctor. Oof. Well. You should join the co-prosperity sphere. You get elevated engineering methods. Role of engineering corps is underappreciated and underutilized. We'll expand their role in our divisions to create unbreakable defensive lines against our enemies. Come on, just... Okay, they broke them there. Once they can hold that, then I can take them out of this air region. After we get a concentrated industry. Ooh, that's because my planes are struggling, because we have no fuel. That would be a problem. There we go. That should help my planes a lot. Yeah, sure, we're gonna need military police. In fact, I have occupied territories now. Okay, integration, but I should be able to put them on. Well, with cavalry, and it'll be much more efficient. Okay, so it doesn't look like he's attacking really anymore, so more planes into there. Not getting a lot of close air support, though. I wonder if it's because he's got a lot of anti-air or what. He definitely has anti-air. That's attacking outside of Bengal. And I'm down a ton on guns, which is not good. Philippines entrenches neutrality. We'll see about that. Hooray for extra organization. No advanced land warfare innovations? Yeah, sure. What are attention to break through the art of land warfare? They're waiting funding and capacity to pursue the most efficient extent. Give ourselves an edge over the enemy by endorsing efforts of our tacticians and researchers. Oh yeah, because, so I'll buff my infantry, reduced org loss when moving, more recovery rate, more organization. They give me just huge amounts of organization. Deep battle would give me recon bonuses, reinforce rate, bonuses to tanks, intelligence, organization and recovery rate. Or gloss when moving. That's a ton of reinforce rate. So this is more of the mobile warfare one. Rapid domination, reinforce rate, support artillery, supply usage, artillery support companies. So that's really more just like support company stuff. Little bit of air superiority bonus, but really not that much. This one I think is mostly just planning. And plus 15% flat breakthrough. Plus 10% coordination is really good. Logistics companies reducing infantry supply usage is good. Not bad. This just gives you extra more rootable pop. Defense, entrenchment, supply grace, soft attack. Land night attack, supply consumption. Or gloss when moving. Really don't. So that gives plus 15 org to infantry, motorized, and mech. Flat. Then it gives another 10. Which combined with this, I'm going to have an ungodly amount of organization for my infantry. I think I'll just do that, honestly. The recovery rate also will be good for tanks. Especially if I'm advancing really quickly, the minus 15%. Or, yeah, I think I'm going to do that one. Yep, battlefield support. Interception. Fighter bombers, ground attack. Yeah, I'm just gonna get ground attack. Although, okay, I mean, ground support would buff everything. That primarily buffs bombers, though. Oh yeah, here we go. So, operational air support, air superiority and battle effect, ground attack, ground support, naval attack, air fuel consumption, ace effectiveness. So that's really not that much. These are all scout plane buffs, which... Tactical bombers, strategic bombing... Heavy fighters might be the move, because I want my heavy fighters to be as good as possible in combat. So I think this is the move, because it's usually flawed, because once you get air superiority, your bombers will kind of like wipe out everything. So I think we're just going to buff heavy fighters. Heavy fighters and their dogfighting abilities. Right now it doesn't really matter for us, but late game when people actually have an air force, it will matter. They're very close to capitulating. We just gotta get Calcutta. That's 100 political power, let's go. Construction speed. We have construction speed. Let's stop advancing because there's no real... No real reason to. Because all we gotta do at this point is take. Calcutta. Aerial transports, career logistics, potential drop entire division behind enemy lines, make transport planes probably the most lucrative investment for our capabilities. I have no scientists. Bomb, submarine, armored specialist. Alright, there we go. You just gotta push along here, so we're only 3 provinces away from victory. Why would you cross the river like that? Alright. One last push. Okay, he might be reordering divisions. Might also be locked in on defending his capital, so we can try to... I mean, we could begin the process of trying to encircle it then. Oh, we won! Yes! Well, then I will help myself to their navy. And then, of course, you gotta annex everything. So, for the Deccan Federation... I think I will do split it like, kind of like... sort of east-west, north-south kind of deal. Make it somewhat fair. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 states they get, and I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So there we go. I could cheese it and take everything, but then the follow-up war, if there is going to be a war, would be trivial. So this is a little bit fair. Future of the Bombay Pact. With Socialist armies completely routed, Bombay Pact is effectively now dissolved. Big service purpose to defend against Calcutta's more arms. Press your question on everyone's mind now. What happens next? Despite the Federation's rival claim to be the true government of India, our mutual cooperation kept Calcutta shows we do not necessarily need to continue to be odds. While negotiations will certainly need to happen, then figure out what future holds. Agreement has been reached for now with Hyderabad to hold off on any talks for at least a month. Give us both time to recover and reorganize ourselves. Alright, well that's a good place to call it. So I'm going to call it Their Gamers, KR, Dominion, I'll just say KR, Dominion, India, Green 1, and thanks everybody for tuning in. Wait, Mowgli, did you say something about the doctrines for Heavy Interceptors? I mean, Heavy Interceptors gives air attack, So that's the big thing that really matters. Air attack, reduced night operations, ace generation chance, and air defense for heavy fighters. Those are all really good bonuses that you can't get from any of the other doctrines. So that's why I picked it. Yeah, I don't really use interception all that much, but just these flat bonuses are pretty nice to heavy fighters. Yeah. Thanks everybody for tuning in. I will see you all next time. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Yeah, that's it. Have a good night. Bye.